The day is November 10th, 2009. Critically acclaimed video game Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has just released, and gamers everywhere are flocking to their nearby GameStop, itching to get their hands on it. Tens of thousands of people get home and instantly boot up the multiplayer, ready to start prestiging and gain those sweet succulent medals. Some players' eyes are caught by the brand new Spec Ops mode, getting enthralled in a PvE experience that was very different from a lot of what COD has done before. And of course, a ton of folks were excited to see the continuation of the Modern Warfare story, in the form of the campaign mode. And what would await them only 4 missions in is quite possibly one of the most controversial pieces of content Activision would ever publish.
С нами Бог. Remember, no Russian.
No Russian is not a mission for the faint of heart. It depicted a mass genocide that was considered so brutal for the time that you were allowed to completely skip this part of the game, with no consequence besides missing a piece of the story. There's no achievements or completion requirement in this mission. This was an extremely bold move by both Infinity Ward, who developed the game, and Activision, who decided to publish it. And that was only reaffirmed when No Russian created one of the biggest media outcries that video games have ever seen. Now, let's reel this back to the present, 2025. Considering Modern Warfare 2 came out almost 16 years ago, and the campaign was remastered 5 years ago, shut the fuck up! You'd think the story of No Russian would pretty much be over by now. It's old news. Why are we talking about it now? Well, that's because YouTube is out to completely destroy coverage of content like No Russian completely. Let me explain. Team YouTube released a post a couple weeks ago announcing new guidelines related to gaming videos, which states that they are going to be heavily restricting, among other things, graphic content depicted against non-combatants. What is a non-combatant, you ask? Well, they're civilians. People who are in graphic video games who can't fight back. Especially ones that look like real humans, as they state here. This, of course, means No Russian is back to being bullied by big censorship, but that's not really why you or I are here, is it? No, you're here because you're wondering how I'm gonna link this to Payday content. And well, if it wasn't obvious already. A lot of people seem to forget that Payday even has civilians. They're a very negligible part of the game that only exists to get early hostage taker value, or sometimes work as a trade. We forget about them, but let's just remember for a second how many civilians there are in certain maps. More than you'd probably acknowledge without thinking about them, that's for sure. Civilians getting gunned down is extremely common in Payday. Pretty much a meme at this point.
Very nice.
And especially in stealth, you're almost incentivized to kill them, because there is no real penalty for doing so, besides losing some money. But this new policy, as goofy as it is to say, may prove a serious problem for Payday content creators. Alright, at this point you're probably ready to look at what I'm talking about and laugh. Dexter, you can't possibly believe that YouTube is gonna comb through videos to find that one time you accidentally shot a civilian that looks like he's made of Play-Doh. And normally, I'd be inclined to believe you. But you know who doesn't care about any of this? AI! Yeah, I bet that scared you. People seem to forget that humans don't moderate anything on YouTube. It is literally all done by AI automation, and AI will not hesitate to flag anything and everything to get your videos restricted, because AI is literally the embodiment of that one unemployed friend meme. They don't have anything else to do. They don't have anywhere else to be. And they're certainly not scared of making mistakes just for the hell of it. You think YouTube's AI isn't that bad? I still have a video on my channel that was completely demonetized because some asshole claimed the goddamn flipogram roast laugh as a music track that he made. And the AI just let him! And if you don't know what laugh I'm referring to, I'll show you for literally a split second. Don't miss it. So yeah, as trivial as this all sounds, this is a serious issue. Even if you argue that Payday is so visually cluttered that civilian deaths go almost unnoticed, first of all, that's just an excuse for AI to make more mistakes because let's not forget, in the midst of all of this, we're also fighting human cops. But secondly, remember that every time you kill a civilian, there is a big ass box that pops up announcing what you've done, almost as an alarm like, hey AI, we've got a live one. Also, just as an addition to all of this, they're also restricting gambling content of all kinds. And that's not just real-world gambling or money being on the line. It's the very concept of gambling, even with no real-world value. Which, you know...
Skill gambler can win consistently and make it rich. 33.
Okay, that last one is a joke, but you get the point I'm making, right? This shit is out of control, if you ask me. When we are at the point where YouTube is asking you to blur or trim your content around their rules, or even suggesting that you play the game in a different way to abide to their subjugation?
What the actual fuck?
You gotta ask, what the fuck is the point of doing any of this? It's certainly not for the protection of younger people. There is an entire separate website for specifically that.
Stop! Why? I just don't get it. I always catch you fuckers watching this sick shit.
And don't come at me saying it's only age restrictions, they're not actually removing your content. When it comes to age restrictions, they might as well be removing your content. When you get age restricted, it's the equivalent of your fucking 1800s monarch sending you to the dungeon of doom and despair. Your content gets completely fucked by the algorithm, and your ability to make money is almost entirely removed. So when I say YouTube is attempting to kill Payday content, it's more like they're trying to kill the creator and then put a stop to that content because they can't afford fucking food anymore. With all that being said, this policy update goes live on the 17th. That might have already happened already. God damn it, videos take too long to make. But as I'm recording this, we have yet to see the consequences of the change. But I don't really know if there's any consolation in that. I also want to say blatantly that I don't really think I'm going to personally be affected by this too much. It's gonna certainly come after this video because of everything I've shown, but besides that, you guys know I'm much more of an edit comedy style channel rather than someone who just shows a ton of gameplay. Those are the real people who are going to be affected by this. Anyone posting extensive gameplay. But I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about this. I think it's absolutely absurd, and I have unrelated ties to these changes that are really gonna suck. I really enjoy TF2 MVM content, but that type of content is gonna get sucker punched by these new policy changes.
Alan, we are so fucked.
And that shit just pisses me off, dude. The only thing I can suggest to any of you who might make Payday content yourself is just watch your gameplay closely. That's pretty much all it comes down to. Try not to let it slip up. It's pathetic that we have to watch out for this kind of thing, but that's YouTube for you. But what do you think about all this? I'd love to see some discussion in the comments to see if I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist or if people actually see the point I'm making. I'm very curious. And then of course, while you're down there, be sure to like, subscribe, hype this video. I like to talk about current issues while still making a video that you can hopefully laugh at. And if you enjoy that effort, then I always appreciate the support. I want to give a quick thank you to my members. Dance Your Pants, Era of Mist, WD, Astro PK, Cyber, Lunith, Zor, Adats, Guitons, Robert Tusk, House, Minka, Casper, Troj, G3 Helper, Alex, Azimity, Dark Dingus MD, Mr. America, Maxi, Super Cooper, 90% Fox, Protein Sniffer, Nesser, Jarrell, and Eat My Birds. Thank you very much for supporting me and the channel. It means the world to me. I get to do all kinds of funny stuff because of you guys. I appreciate it. If you'd like to become a member, it's only $3 a month. You get to be featured here and other cool shit like that. Thank you to my most recent subscribers. It helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it. And with all of that being said, I hope you have a very good night.